If you decide to make an image smaller, how would you do it? Well, the choice you make can actually greatly affect the image. You might think it's very easy because it'll get clearer because you're just throwing away information. But that's not necessarily the case. There are many different ways to size an image. Let me show you what I consider to be the best inside of Photoshop. First up, I suggest that you always take a look at the image at actual size. So I'll choose View 100%. This way you get a good, clear idea of what you're starting with. This particular image was actually an HDR image that was bracketed, and I was able to really bring out clear image detail and dynamic range. The image itself was shot through glass, so there are a few areas where there's a little bit of distortion like you see back here. But for the subject that's close, I'm very happy with it, and we've got good, clear detail. Now what I'll do is choose Image, Image Size. In this case, I'm going to take a look at the total pixel count, and I'm sizing this for use on a computer screen. Now, you have a few options here. If you were to type in a very specific size like 1920 pixels, it's going to dynamically recalculate and just size it to that exact option. However, I find that this method isn't as good. So instead of choosing a custom resolution here, what I suggest is we actually go back to the original size and change this here to %. So now what we're going to do is size precisely, either 50% or 25%. It's much better to deal with precise scaling. And in this case, my target is 1920 by 1080, so I've gotten close to that. It's really good to size things exactly by cutting them in half and then cutting them in half again, and keep using that logic where you can. This will do a better job on the down convert. Additionally, from the pop-up menu here, you'll see some options that are used for reduction. I generally recommend the one here called Bicubic Sharper, and you see in parentheses that it indicates it's for reduction. This method tends to work best and will do a nice job of preserving details as you shrink the image down. Once I click OK, it'll update. And let's press Command 0 and then Command 1 just to set the image centered and at 100% magnification. If you're on a PC, that'll be Control 0 to center the frame and then Control 1 to zoom to 100%. In this case, we've got good, sharp details preserved. I can now choose Image, Canvas Size, and we can simply specify the target output. In this case, I want 1920 by 1080 for pixels, and I'm going to center that off of the top edge and click OK, and we'll go from the top left corner. Now, the image will be cropped to the new target size, and we've got the intended resolution as well, while maximizing the preserved details. Using the image size option and sticking with a clean cut in half or cut to a quarter size is going to do the best job as you resize, particularly if you stick with that option that is labeled as intended for use with the reduction method.